welcome to another episode. Gas Network presents Sports for the Culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Malo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say. Be back. It's your favorite sports show, Gas presents Sports for the Culture. I am tonight's host at Bryce XXVII, aka Mr. Big Leaguer. As always, I'm joined by the greatest panel in the world. Starting with my man on the bottom right. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, that's me, Subscribe, welcome, man, on all socials, man. I'm a happy camper, bro, because yesterday was the day I've been waiting for several months. A.J. Brown got traded from the Eagles. Thank God.
Yeah, all right. We'll see how happy you are when the season starts. You don't got nobody to throw to out there.
It's a whole lot of stress-free football coming.
Sounds good. Top right, introduce yourself.
Boogie, man, aka OVO Boogie, you know what I'm saying? AKA Mr. Ice, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of AKs these days, but yeah, man, and I'm kind of the opposite of Scruff, you know what I'm saying? It was doomsday recently, you know, with Myles Garrett landing into the NFC West, so you know it's gonna be a lot of stressful weeks watching football for me. So it is what it is. Wash hands. Let's get it.
All right, T. I'm starting to think you would take a dinner with Drake over $100,000. Bottom left, introduce yourself.
It's your boy D-Malo. It's been a while, guys, but I'm enjoying the moments right now, especially when it comes to baseball. Hopefully, the players' bargaining agreement, hopefully the players' union, the best union I ever spoke about is baseball's union. Hopefully they do their thing to not have a salary cap. But they got a strike. I'm with the players. But that's come December. We'll talk about that.
That boy G love unions.
Hey man, you like corporate offices, man. I understand you. You like to work for the man. I feel you. I ain't mad at you.
Corporate offices. Oh, y'all boys hilarious. All right, let's jump into it, man. We're gonna get to the NFL trades a little later, but let's start with NBA Finals tonight, man. I would say we've got, if you were to base this off the beginning of the season, I would call these two unsuspecting finals teams this year. All right. I don't think anybody, when the NBA season first tipped off, nah, don't do that. None of y'all was even close to this prediction. All right. None of us.
Not the matchups, but one of them, yes. Come on, son.
Which team did you predict, G?
We had the Knicks being the number one team in the East.
I don't remember that. You would have it. Y'all hated Cat. You hated Cat, G. Y'all were telling me how soft he was, how he could never win. Now you had him.
But continue with the topic.
Man, the way y'all used to shit on Cat, it's crazy how y'all 180. But I will admit, I wouldn't have picked these two teams to be in the finals at the beginning of the season. So I say it's a pretty unsuspecting finals, but it's bound to be a good one. I think this is a really good matchup both ways. Interested to hear y'all's thoughts on who you think will win this matchup and what some of the keys to the matchup will be. G, let's start with you.
See, I had the Knicks being the number one team in the East. The East was garbage. I didn't think Boston would be that good until they started playing. No one had Detroit being the way they were. So, shit. But the way they won it, the run, I didn't see the run. I didn't see the Knicks being this dominant. At least to make it to the finals, fuck it. I'll give them that. But the Spurs are my surprising pick. Because, I mean, I like Wemby. But I ain't see Wemby being this good. Like, a lot of us had Wemby, like, going probably the end of his rookie contract going to the finals. Because you're not seeing a 7'5" player in the league that plays like a guard, like the body of a center, like create a character kind of guy. So but I'm loving the Spurs right now, man. The tenacity, the heart, the young guys, man. They want it. They're not trying to wait for nobody. I feel like this is the OKC of Westbrook and KD with the leader, a real leader. Like, not to shit on KD and Westbrook because they didn't know who the leader was between those two, but the Spurs know who their leader is in Wemby. the way they cheer for Wemby, you look at them, and it reminds me of that OKC run when they made it to the finals. It's such a young team that no one saw. But the one thing they got going on, they don't got to face a prime LeBron James. They got the bum-ass Knicks. And I'm taking the Spurs. Give me the Spurs in 4, baby.
Ooh, my man G calling for a sweep. All right, that's some real confidence in the Spurs. I get your logic though. I think Wemby can, out of everyone in these two games or on these two teams, he has the most potential to be unstoppable. So we'll see if he taps into that. I still think he's got some learning to do on the offensive side, but I'm going with the Knicks, man. I think the Knicks end up winning the series, and they got a little too much experience. I think they're just going to have a little too much for a young Spurs team who, once the Spurs win one, I think they're going to run them off, right? But I don't think this is a year. I'm going to go with Knicks and I'm going to go Knicks in 6. I think if it goes 7, the Spurs will take it since they're the home team. But I'll go Knicks in 6. T, I got to go to you next, man, because I distinctly remember you last season telling me that OKC was in the dynasty. They was going to run off 3, 4, 5 straight. You had a lot of confidence in them, and Spurs have dethroned them. How you feeling about this Spurs team? How you feeling about the matchup with the Knicks?
I mean, OKC could have and should have been a dynasty, but you ran into a generational talent. I know there's been a lot of discussion about that word lately, but you literally ran into a generational talent and quite possibly a generational team, man. And I'm going to tell you why. The difference in that last series, I'm going to get on that and get to this next one real quick. OKC is a team with one superstar, one supernova, and then a bunch of role players around them that fit. You know what I'm saying? They help. The Spurs, to me, is a team with one superstar surrounded by stars playing a role. I think Dylan Harper's a star. I think Castle is a star. I even think Carter Bryant, they don't even play that guy as a star. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is the game. But next series, I got the Spurs in 5. And really, it's what I told you last time, right? About Brunson and Harden. Those guys can't guard. You know what I'm saying? If you can't guard, I don't know. It's going to be hard for Brunson to hide in this, right? Because who do you check? Fox, he'll light you up. Castle, light you up. Harper, too strong for you. Like, I don't know where you hide Brunson in this series, and I think that's the problem. I was watching the game, my brother, they was playing Cleveland, and one thing he said to me was, and I should have thought of this, and it's the truth. When you have a superstar offensive talent, you have to make him fight for his life on the opposite end of the ball. And none of them other teams did that. And I think the Spurs will isolate him, pick and roll. Like, hey, who's checking him? Go to work. Like, let's tire him out. Let's foul him out. So I think Knicks get 1. Even if they get the first one, I still got Spurs in 5.
5. Oh, man. Spurs doing it 5. Yeah, we might not see another team in the Western Conference coming out the Western Conference for the next 5-10 years.
No.
Scruff, Spurs, Knicks, who you got, man?
Yeah, I see why y'all picking the Spurs. In the short series, I don't really agree with the short series part though. I do got the Spurs though. I agree with Bryce. I feel like they're here a little early. I was waiting on the Spurs to finally make the playoffs, and they just kind of messed around and got on base and possibly hit a home run in the same at bat. So they just got here first run, and now they just already kind of here. They're here a little early. I got the Knicks really pushing them though, because the Knicks have been actually like the most dominant team in the NBA over the last like 30 days. If you look at the numbers and you look at the games and you look at the blowouts and you look at how badly they've been beating folks. So I'm not going to say here like that they just going to get run out the building. That's just not going to happen. But I agree with the point about Brunson. Brunson going to get his money on offense, but on defense, where do you put him? All right, who's he going to be guarding? He can't guard any of those 3 guards. So he got to guard like Vassell or like Champagne or somebody like that. You feel me? That's his best chance. And, so maybe he guarded one of those guys. So that's the other thing. And then the other big issue is going to be Wemby. So that's the other matchup. It's Wemby versus Karl Anthony Towns, respectfully. And Mitchell Robinson was coming off an injury, right? So how much is that injury going to play into the situation where you got a guy that's 7'5"? You see how the Sixers got them a little bit into foul trouble a little bit, and the same could happen with Wemby. But we'll see how the coaching really is going to come down to coaching. But I will give the edge to coaching. Theoretically, the edge could go to the Knicks, but I would go to the edge with the Spurs on coaching because I do think that young coach they got is really good, and it shows. They've been playing chess, and that's why they beat OKC was because of the coaching.
Wow. That's an interesting point there. I'd probably get the edge with Mike Brown, but I see what you mean. On paper, it should be Mike Brown, but that's a good point. The matchups are going to be interesting. I think we've done a lot of y'all been poo-pooing on Cat for years, bro. To me, Cat is elite. And I think that this is going to be Wemby's toughest matchup he's seen all playoffs by far, mainly because Cat brings Wemby out of the paint.